Morning. Those of you that haven't returned to worship, please consider joining us Sunday, unless you're sick or you seriously believe that you're at risk. I fear that some people are staying home just because it's gotten convenient to stay at home. And I hope that you'll join us Sunday for worship. Have you ever lost something valuable or important? I want to show you something this morning. This is a little wonder hedge trimmer. It was bought in 1961 by my father. It was made in Southampton, Pennsylvania. It is the best hedge trimmer that I have ever owned. I've had gas ones and electric ones, but I keep going back to that little wonder hedge trimmer. It's made in Southampton, Pennsylvania. I lost that hedge trimmer for about 5 years. Wasn't a big deal because I don't have the hedges that we used to have. I just have a few bushes. I told Kitty, somebody stole my hedge trimmers. My second course of action is I blame my children. I asked everybody that I thought could have borrowed those hedge trimmers 2 or 3 times. Nobody owned up to it. Somebody finally returned those hedge trimmers after they cleaned out their garage and found them. It was so good to get those hedge trimmers back. I lost something else the other day. Something that's really just a hobby or a toy, and I couldn't find it. And the other thing that I say all the time is, well, if I just go buy some more, those will turn up. Well, I tried to buy them and nobody has inventory. I finally found small inventory of them. And so I bought them. 2 days after that shipment arrived at my house, I found what was missing. We get really happy, really glad when we find something that we have lost. Just imagine how happy they are in heaven when somebody returns to them that's been lost. I want to read from Luke chapter 15, beginning in verse 1. Now the tax collectors and the sinners were all gathered around to hear him. But the Pharisees and the teachers of the law muttered, "This man welcomes sinners and eats with them." Then Jesus told them this parable. Suppose one of you has 100 sheep and loses one of them. Does he not leave the 99 in the open country and go after the lost sheep until he finds it? And when he finds it, he joyfully puts it on his shoulder and goes home. Then he calls his friends and his neighbors together and says, "Rejoice with me, I have found my lost sheep." I tell you that in the same way, there will be more rejoicing in heaven over one sinner who repents than over 99 righteous persons who do not need to repent. Or suppose a woman has 10 silver coins and loses one. Does she not light a lamp, sweep the house, and search carefully until she finds it? And when she finds it, she calls her friends and neighbors together and says, "Rejoice with me, I have found my lost coin." In the same way, I tell you, there is rejoicing in the presence of angels of God over one sinner who repents. Be safe. Stay well out there.